Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about selection sort in data structures. This is the basic outline of this video. This video consists of introduction to selection sort along with an example, a C program, time complexity of selection sort, advantages and disadvantages of selection sort. Before starting this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. It will help me to do much more useful content. Now let us see what is meant by selection sort. Selection sort is a comparison-based sorting algorithm. It sorts by repeatedly selecting the smallest element or the largest element from the unsorted portion and swapping it with the first unsorted element. So here the input will be an unsorted array. We apply selection sort algorithm to it, and finally the output will be an sorted array. Let us see the steps involved in this selection sort algorithm. Step number 1. Find the smallest element and swap it with the first element. This way, we get the smallest element at its correct position. Now let us look into the step 2. Then find the then find the smallest among the remaining elements, or the second smallest, and swap it with the second element. We keep doing this until we get all the elements moved to its correct position. So these are the steps involved in the selection sort algorithm. Let us understand clearly with the help of an example. So here let us consider an input unsorted array. It consists of 5 elements: 64, 25, 12, 22, and 11. See that. Now let us start the step number 1. Start from the first element, that is at index 0. Find the smallest element in the rest of the array which is unsorted, and swap 11 with the current element 64. So here let us assume 64 to be the smallest element. We compare 64 with 25 and find the smallest element. Here 25 is smallest element. Now 25 is compared with this corresponding element, that is 12. Again here 12 is the smallest element. Now 12 is compared with 22. Here again 12 is smallest element. Now 12 is compared with 11. Here 11 is smallest element. So no more comparisons are possible, and we can find that 11 is the smallest element. Now swap 11 with 64. So after this step number 1, the resultant array will be like this. 11 it is index 0, and the rest of array is as it is. Now let us look into the step 2. Move to the next element, that is at index 1, 25. Find the smallest in the unsorted subarray. Now swap 12 with current element 25. Now for the remaining subarray, let us consider 25 to be the smallest element. Let us assume. Now 25 is compared with 12, its corresponding element. Here 12 is the smallest value. Now 12 is compared with 22. Here 12 is the smallest value. Again 12 is compared with 22nd corresponding element, that is 64. Again here 12 is the smallest value. Now we need to swap 12 with 25. So after swapping both the elements, the resultant array will be like this. Now we repeat this entire process until the total number of iterations are completed. So the step 3, we compare 25 with the remaining elements. At the final result, we give swap 25 with current element 22 with current element 25. Step number 4, we will swap 25 with current element 25. That is, it is in correct position. And finally, step 5, swap 64 with current element 64. So now total 5 steps are completed and no more iterations are possible. So now we will get this sorted array at the end. This is the sorted array: 11, 12, 22, 25, and 64. So this is about selection sort algorithm. Now let us execute a simple, a C program in C compiler. So this is the basic, this is the selection sort algorithm. Let us try with another example. Let us consider total 7 elements. So by applying selection sort algorithm, we get the resultant sorted array. Now let us look into the code. Initially we declared an array of max, and where n scans the total number of elements. Array of max stores the elements of the array. We declared a void selection sort function. As we know that void doesn't return anything, and this selection sort function consists of two parameters. First parameter denotes the array, whereas second denotes an integer value. So after scanning the array elements, we call the selection sort function, where the first parameter is a, which stands for an array, and second parameter is an integer value n, which stands for total number of elements in the array. In the selection sort algorithm, this is the core logic for the selection sort algorithm. We are running total two loops. The outer loop runs for total n elements, and the inner loop runs for n minus 1 number of elements. We are declaring min value as the current element. We are comparing that current element with the rest of the elements in the inner loop. If that min value is greater, we will consider the min as the array of j. So this is the core logic for the selection sort algorithm. Now let us look into the time complexities. The time complexities of best case, average case, and worst case are all similar. Best case is omega of n square. Average time complexity is theta of n square. Worst case time complexity is big of n square. Now let us look into the advantages and disadvantages of selection sort. Advantages are easy to understand and implement, making it ideal for teaching basic sorting algorithms. For understanding purpose, it is easy, but for implementing, it takes a lot of time. Requires only a constant big of one extra memory space. So we saw that the time complexities are all similar because that is n square. So it is a constant integer value. It requires less number of swaps compared to many other standard algorithms. Therefore, it is a simple sorting algorithm choice when memory writes are costly. Now let us look into the disadvantages. Selection sort has a time complexity of a big of n square, makes it slower compared to algorithms like quicksort and methsort. The second disadvantage is does not maintain the relative order of equal elements, which means it is not stable. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of a selection sort. This is about a selection sort algorithm. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe the video. If you have any doubts or comments, please feedback. If you have any doubts or feedback, please comment below. Thank you for watching.